Hi, this is Adam and Tay from the Learn, Invest, Grow Show. This is our 12th episode. We are so excited and so humbled to be here that we're building a nice community. And the whole idea is to add value. Now, take a look at this, okay? So we're going to continue on the segment of basically going over Cardone on his hatred for single-family homes. And we want to show people that, first of all, I have tremendous respect. I have tremendous respect for Mr. Cardone. But the one thing is that after watching many of his videos, when he's talking about real estate and single family, I really don't see eye to eye with him. I respect another. This is something I can't take seriously. It's almost comical to listen to him. Being an experienced investor ourselves, this shows to me that he doesn't know what he's talking about, or maybe he's stuck in the past of like a decade or 2 decades ago of the way he's talking. But let's go into it right now, and we'll discuss why. Here we go.
I mean, you're going to own one house. I own 4,000 apartments, okay? How could you own 4,000 houses? You're going to go do 4,000 different deals? I probably did 18 deals to buy 4,000 apartments. 3 of my deals don't cash flow. 3 out of the 18 don't cash flow right now, but I'm in rehab, okay? I'm rehabbing them. 2 of them don't. Okay, but they will someday. That house, no chance. That house will ever, no matter what you do it. Okay, spit on it, shine it, buff it. Okay, it will never write you a monthly check. You might make money on it in the end, on the exit. Go ahead, call
her. There you have it. So that was a very sharp clip. Tay, do you want me to start, or do you want to start on this? Because this is so easy to tear apart.
Okay, yeah. I mean, basically, there are 2 comments we'd like to discuss, right? First thing first, he claims he would only need more or less 18 deals to own 4,000 units in multifamily. On the other hand, he's very pessimistic about single family and question how on earth to go about owning 4,000 houses. By the way, in this example, 4,000 divided by 18 is translated into 22 units per deal. So when it comes to single family home, would it really require 4,000 different transactions? Yeah, but here we go. So
Tay, you said 20, so 18 deals would be 22 units.
No, 222 units.
Oh, 222. Okay, just want to clarify. Okay, go on.
Right,
okay.
Right. So yeah, there we go. So we're looking at the website of the sfrhub.com. So these companies specialize in SFR sector and listing out many different portfolio deals, as you can see here. So you can even see there's a 200 plus 299 homes available in the formal portfolio, and then we've seen a 500 plus deals in the portfolio as well. So there are many different company out there already who actually deals in large number of units in the portfolio. So it doesn't really require 4,000 individual transactions to get to to scale up in SFR sector today. We are observing a scalability in the SFR space.
Exactly. And let's take a look right here. Okay. So first off, look, I highlighted some stuff from this article from Pension Investments, and right here, basically what this is saying is that these managers are seeing how single family has become an institutionalized investment. Okay, similar to multifamily. How multifamily was institutionalized more than 2 decades ago. Okay. Now let's go down here, right? Why is this happening? There's technology advancements. Okay. Rockpoint Group, they actually considered this strategy about a decade ago. They didn't think that it was possible. Just like how Mr. Cardone's like, how are you gonna buy 4,000 units? Well, if it, Blackstone, they bought like, how many do they own now? Like 80,000,
Yeah,
right?
invitation homes. Yeah,
Invitation.
80,000.
So, and now it's a REIT, right? So it's doable, and they're not the only ones. So really, it's the technology has improved, and really, Blackstone has laid the foundation for other players to enter the market. And right here, this is from Rockpoint. We spent a lot of time looking into single-family homes for rent in 2009 and in 2010, but found ourselves wondering, how can we make this an efficient business? How, right? And what they realized is that the technology solved a lot of the management problems. There was also an improvement in the capital markets, right? So let's take a look at this right here. From a financial perspective, the sector has been embraced by premier investment banks, most of which now offer warehouse credit facilities for managers to accumulate hundreds or even thousands of homes. And it gets even better. Once these portfolios are stabilized, there's a robust securitization market for refinancing. On the technology front, web-based platforms have made it easier to lease and manage large collections of properties. So there you have it. It is doable, and it's doable at a large scale. In fact, 4,000 apartments is probably a small number. I mean, it's not a small number, but these players, like let's say Blackstone was not looking to, a lot of these players are not just looking to get into it to buy 4,000. They want to own 40,000 or more. So,
And so the bottom line is many requisite elements are really setting the stage for the takeoff of the SFR space. And to make matters even better, only 2% of U.S. single-family rental homes owned by institutions today, which means like their asset class as a whole has plenty of room for growth potential in the future to come. No wonder smart money is being pumped into this space like crazy these days.
and we're actually, we'll touch on that later on. We're invested in this space with an operator as well. Now let's go to another fallacy that Grant mentioned, was that you'll never make money on a single family house. Now, and if you're taken in context of what he's saying, is what we believe, the way to interpret it is that the American dream is you buy a house to live in it, and then eventually you'll have it paid off, and there's your nest egg, right? You're never going to make money. It's a liability. Buying a house, Cardone says, is for suckers, but all this stuff. The point is that he's giving people wrong advice. In fact, you could actually buy a house. Like, I know someone, a good friend of mine, what he does is he'll buy a house with a 203K loan. He'll renovate the house. He'll walk into equity, meaning he's buying it distressed, under market. He's fixing it up. He's creating equity, and then he'll have long-term debt on there. He has to live in there for a year because it's the requirements from FHA. And then he'll move out and buy another. He'll do the same process again, and then he'll hold that house as a rental. He's done this multiple times. So, Mr. Cardone, why not do that strategy of what I just mentioned? That's one strategy. Or you could just go and just buy a house and let's say house hack it, right? Let's say someone was buying a house, they wanted to live in it. They're not investors, right? But maybe they need, maybe there's tough times ahead and they need cash flow to cover their mortgage. Well, guess what? I have a good friend. He has a roommate in his house in Jersey City. Good friend. He has a roommate. And you know what? He's not actually in a bad financial position. He does it because he's an investor, and he wants to own where he lives and also rent it out where he lives. He's single. He wants to rent out a room in his condo because it covers his expenses. There you go, Mr. Cardone. It's the house is generating cash flow. And I think he actually is cash positive as well on that. Another factor is of another friend up in North Bergen, another good friend of mine who's actually one of my groomsmen at our wedding last year. He has a house in North Bergen, great location. He Airbnbs it. Okay, I guess when he was talking, I think Airbnb was around back then. But look, point is, that's another option. You could Airbnb it. My father owns a house in Palm Beach Gardens. It's in a country club in a gated community. You wouldn't believe it. He rents it out seasonally. He'll get like $10,000 for like 4 months. I mean, it's a nice house. Check this out. My father has a McMansion in Colts Neck. Gorgeous house. I think he rents it out for almost $8,000 a month. 5-bedroom house, McMansion. There's a market, single family home. So, and that was the house he lived in. And then he decided to rent it out because he didn't want to sell it. There was no buyers at the price he wanted, so he decided to rent it. But point is, he bought another house in Florida. I could go on and on and on. So, Mr. Cardone, to tell people that they should invest in Cardone Capital to build wealth is a crock of beep. A good way to start out is they could actually go in and take advantage of the low interest rate environments, take advantage of the programs that are available where you could buy a house to live in and you could house hack it. You could buy a house to, maybe I have another friend, what they're doing is they bought a house. It's a 2-family and it's very small, but they're living below their means, but they figured, okay, well, I'll get an FHA loan. I'll live there for a year and we'll do this for the next 5 years before we know we'll have 5 houses. And why, Cardone, Grant, why don't you talk about that? And then when I watched this video, I'm like, we have to say something because he's giving wrong information. It's so wrong. And people need to know the truth. And I'm sure Kevin would agree with us on this. Right, Tay?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah, there are tons of different ways to make cash flow work with the ownership of a single family, as you described. So yeah, everyone, please leave us a comment and question below and let us what you think about our views. We are always receptive to your input and new perspective and feedback. So we are always eager to learn more from others, and we bring each other up and then grow together. So
exactly. The whole idea is to learn, invest, and grow. Tay and I were investing. We want to help other people. Picking on Cardone. Look, we were sold on him, just like me, Kevin. I'm sure many others. And then after watching these videos, I'm just like, that's it. There's too many people that are probably getting suckered into believing this. And it's complete BS, and that, people really need to know their options. And the only option to build wealth is not to sign up for Cardone's mentorship and pay him an enormous amount of money to find out that it's too hard. So then go invest with Cardone and Cardone Capital. That's not the way you're going to build your wealth if you're going to start out. Another example, my father, retired dentist now. He bought his house, lived in it, decided to move out, rent it, bought another one. I think he did that a few times too. And I know many other people that do that. And it's wealth building strategy, so really people need to know, and that's why we're doing this. And we really hope that, that we were able to add some value. Please feel free to reach out to us, share, smash the like button, smash the share button, leave us a comment, and hopefully, maybe we'll have Kevin on here one day with us, because I know that
that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I really respect Kevin. I watched him, and at first when I heard of Kevin with Cardone, I'm like thinking to myself, well, I was a Cardone fan at that time, and I'm like, wow, this guy's a hater. But then when I started looking into it, I'm like, he's not hating, he's just calling him out on his bullshit. That's what he's doing. And then there's so many other people calling Cardone out on it. And now we're calling him out. So so that's really what it comes
We're
down.
following suit. Yeah.
It's too easy. So there you have it, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. And guess what? There's more to come just like this, because there's just so many things he says that we can just keep on going on. And it's fun. Actually, I actually enjoy doing this.
Yeah. So am I. Yeah.
I actually enjoy listening to what he says and just picking it apart. It's comical. And we're going to host a webinar on this as well next week. And we'll have details as well for everybody. So again, thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you listening to us. Like, share, and we'll see you on the other side. And until next time, happy investing.
Happy investing, everyone. Yeah. Take care. Yeah.